Dormammu, I've come to bargain.
To die.
Power. It's what Doctor Strange sought when he first turned to the mystic arts. But what if, in his desperation, he reached for more than any sorcerer should? What if he found himself not a protector, but a disciple of Dormammu? Today on Omniverse Observer, we explore a path few dare to imagine. Welcome to a world where Strange's quest for power turns the very fabric of reality inside out. After a devastating car accident shatters his hands and his career, Dr. Stephen Strange becomes consumed by a single goal: to regain his lost skills. His search for a cure leads him to a remote sanctuary in Tibet, where he seeks out the Ancient One, a legendary healer of mystical arts. But Strange's arrival hasn't gone unnoticed. Mordo, a powerful sorcerer and disciple of the Dark Lord Dormammu, observes the desperate man from the shadows. Reporting back to his master, Dormammu commands Mordo to bring Strange into their world, much to Mordo's reluctance. Soon, Strange finds himself in Mordo's quarters, where he learns that the Ancient One may not be able to help him. "The Ancient One is senile," Mordo says, with a sly smile. "But I can heal your hands." Without hesitation, Strange answers, "I don't care about magic or evil. I care only about results. Do it, and I'll pay any price." Mordo nods and, performing the ritual, mutters, "You shall learn the price later, Strange." As Mordo performs the spell, Strange's hands begin to mend, flexing with strength he had long feared lost. Watching from afar, the Ancient One observes this dark ritual, his expression shadowed by worry. But he knows his own powers are not enough to stop what has begun. Strange, healed and confident, returns to America as though nothing happened, picking up his practice with renewed skill and precision. But soon, things take a dark turn. Accusations of malpractice mount, lawsuits pile up, and Strange's life starts unraveling. The dark magic that restored him now begins to twist his reality. Sensing Strange's vulnerability, Mordo appears once more, drawing him further into Dormammu's grasp. "You aren't a doctor because you wish to heal," Mordo declares. "You want power, power over your enemies. Follow me, and I shall give you that power, and more." Strange, his pride wounded and his ambition burning, leans in. "Tell me more." Strange follows Mordo into a shadowed chamber, its walls lined with dark symbols that seem to pulse with a sinister energy. In the center, a portal shimmers, and through it, a figure appears. Dormammu, Lord of the Dark Dimension. Dormammu's gaze pierces the room as he addresses Strange. "I am Dormammu," he intones, "Lord of the Dark Dimension. I have chosen you two to be my high priests, and thus the future rulers of this cosmos." Mordo casts a calculating glance toward Strange. "Choose Strange, enter his service, and rule." From his chambers, the Ancient One watches this gathering, his face shadowed with concern. In a low voice, he whispers, "My greatest fears have come to pass." Unmoved by caution or doubt, Strange steps forward, his eyes fixed on his master's image. "I will serve Dormammu," he says, his voice steady with resolve. With that declaration, Stephen Strange aligns himself with darkness, abandoning the path he once sought. Summoned to Dormammu's chambers, Strange feels the weight of power in the very air. Dormammu looms over him, his voice seething with authority. "I have chosen you, Strange," he declares. "You and only you shall be my favored one. Mordo is a clumsy fool, unworthy of this power. I grant you abilities beyond any mortal's dreams. And now you know what must be done." Strange's eyes narrow, his purpose clear. "I do, Dread One, I do." Without hesitation, Strange burst through Mordo's door, emerging into Mordo's chamber. Mordo barely has a moment to react before Strange addresses him coldly. "Dormammu has ordained that you must die." Mordo barely has time to react before Strange unleashes his power, casting him to the ground with ease. Desperate, Mordo raises a hand in plea, his voice trembling. "No, Strange, have mercy." But Strange's gaze is cold. "Is Dormammu a merciful god?" he sneers, stepping closer as Mordo scrambles back. Mordo tries to launch a final attack, hurling a blast of energy at Strange. But with a smirk, Strange absorbs it effortlessly, his power now far beyond Mordo's reach. "For all your arrogance, Mordo," Strange says, his voice dripping with contempt. "You are soft. I am supreme." With a final, brutal surge of energy, Strange strikes, reducing Mordo to nothing more than a smoking pile of ash. Without a second thought, he turns away, his loyalty and his dominance now sealed in Dormammu's eyes. With Mordo eliminated, Strange now rules Castle Mordo, awaiting further instruction. Unbeknownst to him, his growing power has caught the attention of Dormammu's sister character, Umar, who is trapped within limbo. Sensing Strange's potential, Umar uses his presence as a gateway, slipping free from her prison. Umar appears in the dark dimension, facing her brother Dormammu. "Oh, stop fuming, dear brother," she says, her smile laced with triumph. "I'm free again, and that's that." Dormammu's expression hardens, flames flickering in his gaze. "Curse you, Umar. I banished you once because you were a threat, and I will do so again." Umar laughs softly, her tone taunting. "But you won't trick me as you did last time, beloved. Besides, I have acquired a more sensual ambition of late." Dormammu dismisses her defiance. "He is the tool with which I shall break down the gates of order. All the myriad worlds shall become dark dimensions, places of chaos, and all under the rule of Dormammu." If you're enjoying the story so far, don't forget to like and subscribe to Omniverse Observer for more epic what-ifs and untold tales. Now, back to the story. Dormammu's influence spreads, his wraiths gathering like dark clouds over Tibet. Watching from afar, Agatha Harkness and Rama Khalif sense a disturbance. They observe Dormammu's wraiths encircling their sanctuary, trailing back to Castle Mordo. Spies gathering secrets for Dr. Strange. When Strange returns to Tibet, his former sanctuary, his eyes burn with ambition and resentment. "Ancient One, you sought to keep me as I was, a cripple," he declares. "Dormammu has made me more than that, and so you contend against him. You feared I will surpass you one day. Today I surpass you, Old One, for today I destroy you." Commanding the wraiths, Strange directs his dark forces to attack, demanding even more power from Dormammu, doubling its strength. The sorcerers within the sanctuary, led by the Ancient One, unite their energies, casting a protective dome of mystical light. But fear ripples through their chants, and the dome begins to weaken, cracks forming under Strange's relentless assault. The Ancient One, undeterred, addresses Strange with calm resolve. That spell brings not eternity, but eternal doom. By calling on the power of the eye in the wrong fashion, you have sown the wind, and since our might is as nothing to the amulet, you shall reap the whirlwind. Suddenly, the room shifts, the ground vanishes, and Strange finds himself pulled into a spiraling vortex. The world around him dissolves, collapsing into chaos, a descent into madness that stretches across dimensions. As Strange spirals through the vortex, his powers rendered useless, he becomes a shadow of the terror he once wielded. Helpless, he is cast through endless worlds, finally disturbing the slumber of eternity itself. In the silence of the cosmos, eternity gazes upon Strange, seeing both potential and the darkness he has embraced. Judging him as unworthy, eternity sends him hurtling back to Castle Mordo, a broken man, yet undeterred. Landing with fury in the castle, Strange storms to Dormammu, demanding more power. "You're holding back, Dormammu. Eternity must be destroyed. Nobody treats Dr. Strange like dirt and gets away with it. Eternity must die." Dormammu's gaze flares with contempt. "My plans do not change for vendettas. You would do well to remember that, slave." But Strange, pride stinging, shoots back. "Don't hand me that. You need me, and we both know it." Dormammu's flames roar with fury. "Need you? You presume too much, Strange. I am Dormammu. Mine is the power and the plan. Eternity shall fall, but only after the Ancient One. But remember, I am supreme." Witnessing this, Umar interjects, raising her hands in submission, saying, "As you wish, my brother. So be it." Left alone with Strange, Umar leans close, her voice dripping with promise. "Patience, my Stephen. We shall stand supreme in this cosmos." Suddenly a glint catches Strange's eye, a golden dove approaching the castle. Umar tenses. "Be careful, my Stephen. It may well be an attack from our foes." But as it lands, it becomes clear, transforming into the Eye of Agamotto itself, a blazing symbol of power. Seeing his chance, Strange seizes the eye, showing it to Dormammu. With it, we can storm the bastions of eternity himself. Dormammu, realizing the potential danger, nods reluctantly. Strange's newfound power could be a threat, even to him. "Go then," Dormammu says. "Destroy the Ancient One. Then we shall decide." Strange returns to Tibet, now cloaked in the robes of the Sorcerer Supreme, wielding the Eye of Agamotto, a protective barrier barrier shields the sorcerers gathered with the Ancient One, but Strange's dark magic overshadows their defenses. He raises the eye toward the Ancient One, a final challenge on his lips. "You will be the first to die," he declares. But the Ancient One does not fight back. Instead, the eye of Agamotto flares with light, pure and blinding. Strange stumbles, his vision filled with the raw, unfiltered goodness of the Ancient One. For a brief moment, Strange understands the purity he once sought. In his rage, Strange lashes out, striking down the sorcerers and shattering their defenses. Opening a portal to eternity, he steps through, only to find Dormammu waiting. "No, it shall be Doctor Strange who lays eternity low, and no other," he declares. Dormammu smiles, revealing the trap he had set. "You speak more truly than you know mortal," he laughs, imprisoning Strange in place. "For such was my plan all along." With Strange as his conduit, Dormammu and eternity clash, their power converging, ripping through Strange's very soul. Forced to confront the balance of good and evil, Strange sees a final choice before him. In that moment, he turns to the light, rejecting Dormammu and embracing his true potential. As the cosmos reels, Strange finds himself cast into a new, unknown place. He awakens in the chambers of the Ancient One, who watches him with gentle understanding. "Ancient One," Strange whispers, realizing his mistakes. "I've been a fool, but finally I understand there is something more than power, more than what Dormammu offered. I would be your disciple." The Ancient One helping Stephen to his feet, saying, "You had to see Doctor Strange, see Dormammu for what he truly was, and myself for what I am." Such was the Vishanti's plan, even to our near deaths. And from afar, the Watcher observes, his voice a solemn reflection. "But this is a man as your sorcerer never was, a man who has been the mightiest of black and white magicians, and perhaps the strangest and most wondrous incarnation of the spirit that ever is. Doctor Strange."